BMW M8, M6, M5, M4, M3, M2. But how much do you know about the BMW M1? The first M car that started it all. For what reason was it created? What did the M1 intend to accomplish? Above all, what is the reason for its failure as a race car? In order to address all of those inquiries, let's examine 5 unfamiliar details about the BMW M1. Number 1. The 1972 original conception gave rise to the M1 body concept in its current form. When the 3.0 CSL was winning big for BMW Motorsports, Paul Bracq was the company's principal designer. Bracq had the idea to develop something innovative and cutting-edge that wasn't meant for racing. He designed and conceptualized the BMW Turbo, constructing a functional prototype in 1972. The platform made use of the body pan as well as numerous 2002 turbo parts, such as the engine and transmission, which were positioned midship and transversely behind the driver. Bracq and his fellow design team recorded the astounding data from their innovation while testing the new body extensively in wind tunnels. When the car was finished, it was a big hit and attracted a lot of good attention at the Paris Motor Show. It also drove really well, becoming BMW's best performance at the time. Neerpasch understood the significance of the data and was aware that Bracq had developed a successful design that considerably lowered wind resistance. In 1975, the body style was decided upon as the M1's starting point. Number 2. The M1 will yell that it can drift if you want it to, because the power-to-weight ratio was so successful. The BMW 2002T with Kugelfischer injections is the perfect illustration of the performance benefits that a good power-weight ratio can provide. The T did not let us down. The M1 also employs the same idea, according to the fundamental notion that optimal power-to-weight produces a performance king. With a fiberglass shell and an aerospace tube frame chassis, 277 horsepower kept the street-destined M1 light at 2866 pounds. In terms of performance, on dry pavement, it is easy to induce a slide in the detuned street M1. The overall impression, you are not unintentionally surprised by the car. It is willing to be driven, forgiving, and drivable. Pro Car race version, 3.5 seconds. Street version, 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. The Kugelfischer method is inapplicable to M1 series BMW vehicles since they are unable to meet emission regulations. This was also the case when the M1 was first released. DME Motronic systems were used in the later 1980s to introduce the M3, M5, and M6 in full production. The M5 and M6 shared an identical BMW M1M88 engine. Direct high-pressure injection, which is carefully monitored and adjusted for optimal performance, has been added to further boost performance. Today, engine management offers the best of all worlds. Number 3. It was decided to turn the BMW Turbo Concept into a race car for the street. However, it proved difficult to approve the M1. It was suggested to revive the BMW Turbo blueprints and explore a redesign employing an inline 6-cylinder, 3.5-liter mid-engine and transaxle to power the concept race car, as the 3.0 CSL racing platform was about to become outdated under Neerpasch. Neerpasch intended to use the F1 vehicle's established mid-engine configuration in the M1. The cars were built by Lamborghini under contract with BMW Motorsports. The M1's manufacturing was effectively halted, but it took more than 2 years because of Lamborghini's financial difficulties. Neerpasch's efforts were eventually doomed by the delay, as corporate budget constraints prevented the M1 from being used for racing. Whatever the case, prototypes were once again becoming the preferred performance on the track for race fans. Despite the greatest attempts of the BMW Motorsports division, the delay and change in spectator trends aggravated the problem. Number 4. Due to Lamborghini's problems, a new automotive engineering company was formed to complete the M1 design. Although expensive, Lamborghini's financial difficulties prompted delays that didn't end the project. After working on the M1 project, a group of engineers from Lamborghini founded Italengineering, a new design firm, and finished the blueprints. Gianpaolo Dallara created the steel frame, while Giorgio Giugiaro built the fiberglass body. Under the direction of the talented designer Paul Roche, the engine was designed internally at BMW. The motorsports division made every effort, but the delay was inevitable. In 1978, the first M1 hand-built prototype was finished. Due to the delay, Group 4 instead of Group 5 was the focus for the effort. By then, they were going hard after Porsche's 935 Group 5 effort, but all they could do was regroup and finish the job. Nirpash provided best-of-breed advice on every facet of the M1's design. Race victories were the goal while designing the M1, but that opportunity would have to wait. Number 5. All in all, was the M1 past its prime in Germany in 1981. Everyone believed that the M1 was out of date. However, Schnitzer prepared an M1 for Hans-Joachim Stuck to drive, demonstrating that the concept was still current, and the vehicle was a winner all along. The Schnitzer team believed that moving their work to the M1 would be ideal. When it came to design and strategy, BMW and Nirpash made no mistakes when assembling the M1 program. The team had little influence on rule changes or unanticipated delays in outsourcing with Lamborghini. Unfortunately, all of it would prevent the M1 from earning more merited podium moments. Despite all the difficulties, the outcomes were anticipated and hoped for when Schnitzer used their turbocharging sorcery, which the M1 engine was built to work with. The car was on the podium in the second run at Salzburgring, driven by Hans-Joachim Stuck. On its third attempt at Norrisring, the M1 proved its mettle by taking first position against the winning Ford Capri and Porsche 935. The mission appears to have been completed, correct? It was anticipated and hoped that just in time, rule modifications would make Group 5 irrelevant. We appreciate you watching, and we hope you gained some new knowledge about the BMW M1.